vile slaughterhouse to be dismembered, torn apart for absolutely nothing. I don't see a moral difference between eating these mothers and pedophiles. If you know that they feel, you know that these cows feel, and you know you don't need to eat them. Oh, not another one. There's a third one coming. There's already two here loaded with these mothers. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Three trucks here with mother cows just showed up in the span of 10 minutes. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? Now there's already two jammed up here unloading their victims. So where the fuck is he gonna go?
He's gonna put that in the parking lot so they can burn it.
Ah, fuck this.
He's gonna go to the parking lot and he's gonna be on the sun. It's so hot.
He's gonna be in the sun here. This is bullshit. They're gonna be broiling in there. Total bullshit. Total BS. I guess he's gonna back up into. We can't back up into here. What the hell is he gonna do? So they have three trucks backed up with these victims. This is fucking dumb. This has to stop. This bullshit has to fucking stop now. Fucking ignorant. Completely ignorant. They're running away from the activists here. Running away. What are they afraid of? Like running away. He's running away. What are they afraid of? Ridiculous. Running away. Fucking disgusting. Look at the fucking feces on us. Look at this shit. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. Give me a break, man. That's just disgusting and gross. Look at the conditions on this shitty death truck. That's fucking deplorable, man. It's fucking deplorable. Give me a fucking break. That's deplorable. That's absolutely deplorable. So they're gonna sit there in the sun. I don't know what he was saying. I don't know what the hell. They're gonna sit here in the sun, right here. This truck, metal truck, no air cooling.
Yeah, right.
They're gonna sit there in the sun.
You have to stay out of the property.
You have to stay. Animals
You
are not
have to
property.
stay.
Animals are not property.
Get the fuck out,
Animals
bro.
are not property.
Yeah,
Get the
yeah,
fuck off animals.
Yeah, yeah. You have to
Get the fuck off animals. How about that? Animals are not property. Animals aren't property. It's a public sidewalk.
Yeah, no, it's
Whatever.
not.
Call the police. The public sidewalk. Stop. Animals aren't fucking property. Fuck off. Fucking animals. Fuck off. Fuck you. Anyway, another shouting match. Whatever. I'm getting all mad because we're standing on what's allegedly public property. But right here, these cows, they're going to be sitting in the sun. All right. So they're sitting in the sun, and this is steel, right? So they're going to bake in there. They're going to bake. It's 24, 25 degrees. There's no air cooling. None of these trucks have air cooling, ever. That's evil. And we don't know how long they're going to sit there. St. Helens Meat Packers. Saint? Really? Saint? You got to be kidding me. What a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, technically speaking, we're not supposed to get mad and swear and, but you know, whatever. There's bigger problems in the world than saying fuck a few times to a guy. And, you know, if these were humans, being brought in here, if we saw like children in these trucks and we said fuck a few times, nobody would care. Nobody would give a fuck. That's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. So they're going to sit over there in the heat, broiling, being baked alive, because there's two other trucks here full of mother cows. Stephanie Schwartz. Yeah, it's very wrong, Stephanie, and it's very heartbreaking. Yeah, it does break my heart. Nothing wrong with being sad. Doesn't not make you a man or a human being to be sad. All these people who say that they're tough and they're men and all, they cry themselves to sleep every night. Some of these people with the pain of all the tumors growing inside of them from eating animals. Give me a break. Muro says, here in Mexico, females are property. Do you mean like female cows? Anyway, keep this running here. Three of these disgusting death trucks in a row. Hang on a sec, I'm just gonna load this up in front of the stupid slaughterhouse. So right now I've got two of these trucks right here. So you see, that's the problem. See the two right there, 1, 2. St. Helens Meat Packers. Give me a break. So that's the problem. The problem is that we have two of these death trucks here right now unloading these victims into the death factory. So this guy with dozens more mother cows, he had to go sit in the heat over there in the parking lot. No air cooling. Remember, these trucks, there's no livestock, so-called livestock truck in the world that has air cooling, heating, water, or food. It doesn't exist. Okay, so the end of their tormented lives, so to speak, on the farms are just more torture. No cooling, no heating, no water, no food. And now he's sitting there, and those animals are just baking. You can see them frothing at the mouth, slowly being baked alive, dying of heat prostration. Just why? What's the purpose? It's going to take a while to unload all these victims here. It seems to take about half an hour for each truck, and two just arrived. So you could be sitting there for an hour. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I have to put my sun hat on because it's still very strong sun here in mid-August. Still very hot. These poor animals, poor cows over there, sitting in the third truck that showed up here because they're being unloaded. So at least they're in a little bit of shade, but who cares? They're just being unloaded, electrically prodded in order to be murdered. I don't see a difference morally. There is no difference morally between eating these cows and pedophilia. if you know, if you know two things. If you know, number one, that cows are sentient, by which I mean they feel, they can suffer. They feel just like a human being. They feel the pain, deprivation, confinement, castration, their children torn away, living in their own manure, never seeing the light of day, and then being taken to be murdered. If you agree that cows have the same desire to live as humans and the same ability to suffer as humans, that's number one. And if number two, you also know that you don't need to eat them. You don't have any biological need for their flesh. You can get all your protein and iron from plants. I got all my protein and iron from plants for over 3 decades now. I'm 62. I can kick my 32-year-old butt. That's how healthy and strong and fast I am. If you know those two things, cows are sentient, and two, you don't need to eat them, but a person continues doing it, I don't see the difference between that morally and supporting child pornography or pedophilia. Because in both cases, what's happening is the individual who's doing either of those acts is doing it for personal gratification, knowing that it hurts someone else, that it devastates someone else. It's the same principle morally. Hurting someone else grievously for personal gratification. That's psychosis, that's psychotic behavior. Crafted Legend, hello. Thank you for joining and saying hi many times from Iran, it looks like. It's just unbelievable here. It's just vile and disgusting. You tell me if you think that I'm being absurd and I'm being gross by equating eating cows to pedophilia. You tell me how. Now, I don't mean that if someone has a burger, they're the same as a pedophile. What I mean is, if you know those two things, cows want to live and they don't want to suffer, and you know you don't need to eat them and you're still doing it, maybe it's not the same as being a pedophile, but it's the same as buying child pornography. You're contributing to devastation of those who cannot defend themselves. The other analogy is that children and animals can't defend themselves. In fact, animals can defend themselves even less. A child, depending on the circumstances and their age and whatnot, might have some ability to advocate for themselves. They can tell someone what's happening. They can tell a relative. Maybe they can pick up the phone and call police. Very little ability. In some cases, children have no ability. Human children have no ability to defend themselves against pedophiles. But animals have zero ability to ever defend themselves, against humans. So that truck is still over there. These two are still here, unloading the cows, unloading the victims. They're all mothers, by the way, not that that makes it worse. But the animal agriculture industry tends to kill mothers, tends to kill females. So the chickens you're eating are usually females. They grind up the male chicks alive, as you may have heard. Even the people who are still eating animals, they know that. Pretty much everyone knows that. And these are mostly mother cows that they're bringing in. So the males are using a lot for breeding purposes, and they're killing the females. Not that that makes it worse, but that might strike a nerve with some people to know they're young, they're females, they're teenagers, they're children, these animals, female mothers, female children that they're killing. Doesn't make it any worse in my mind than if they were a senior citizen cow, 15, 10, 8 years old. It's all the same, it's all murder. Horizon says, I'm a pedo. How am I a pedo? You don't know what I'm talking about? What confuses you, Horizon? What confuses you about standing up for these animals being unloaded here right now into this ridiculous slaughterhouse, this death factory? What do you find confusing about that? You tell me. I asked you a question. I am weird. How am I weird? What's weird about standing up for animals who are being murdered for a fucking burger or a steak? You tell me what's weird. Right now, what you're doing is just like what I experienced on the school ground recess when I was in grade 5. Just we called each other names. We called each other names because we were 10 or 11. Hadn't developed much cognition yet, right? I didn't do much name calling myself, but I was called names because I stood up for things. I stood up for people. I stood up for animals ever since I was a kid. I don't give a shit. Call me all the names you want. That's like not even high school stuff. That's grade school stuff. Explain yourself. Horizon says, I like burgers. Like you don't have any rational arguments yet, Horizon. So far you've told me I'm a pedo, I'm weird, and you like burgers. Horizon, do you think you need to eat burgers? These animals are being unloaded now into this dumb death factory. Okay, you like burgers, do you think you need to eat them? Okay, so you have no explanation, Horizon. So far I just feel like, I don't know, it's 1975 and I'm in school, it's recess, some kid called me, I don't even want to say what the names were, Jew boy. Go ahead. You know, people who stand up for what's right throughout history, they get vilified by a lot of people because they're going against the norm, right? People who advocated for women's rights, women's right to vote, they got vilified, they got harassed, they got stalked, they got abused, they got killed. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to go along with the crowd. I'm going to stand up for what's right in this very short life. Okay, so Horizon, folks, Horizon has no explanation, has no actual valid arguments or counter arguments for why it's weird, and I'm a pedo to stand up for these cows. I'll be here for a while. I'm waiting, Horizon. Okay, so nothing. Stephanie Schwartz, you're awesome. Stephanie Schwartz, everybody should be more like Stephanie Schwartz. We're going to stand here and wait for that other truck over there. Over there. Stupid. This is stupid. This is gross. Truck driver's just watching me over there. You know, sometimes you come across these truck drivers who have second thoughts and don't like what they're doing. Some of these people have quit. I met a truck driver once, a pig truck driver was telling me he was going to quit because he was disgusted by what he was doing. Did he quit? I don't know. But he said he was gonna. He seems sincere. There's nothing manly about killing animals. Anybody can do that. They can't fight back. That's like the least manly thing in the world. The fumes here are terrible. Can you imagine people have to work here inside 8 hours a day? I'm putting this on and I'm just outside here for 3 hours. I'm losing years off my life right now. Can't imagine the people working inside here. Exploited immigrants. That's all they do. They hire these exploited immigrants and vulnerable people to work in these shitholes. Fucking stupid. Gross, 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 gross. Let's go check out that other truck. Okay, Running Man, vegan protester. Yeah, I'm vegan and I'm a protester. I'm protesting murder and torture of animals. Yes. Like, you guys, do any of you have a valid argument? Or do you just like name call and make mysterious statements? Yes, I'm a vegan protester, Running Man. By the way, I run 2,500 stairs a day and I'm age 62, Running Man. I invite you to join me. Where do you live, Running Man? I can come join you. Let's see if you can do 2,500 stairs, eating only plants. I've only eaten plants for 35 years. Well, I've been vegetarian 35 and a half years. I've been vegan 28 and a half years. Age 62, 2,500 stairs. Ooh, barely break a sweat. Running Man. You run half marathons. Great. So what is your point? Running Man, you run half marathons. Great, good. I'm glad you do fitness. I think being vegan is only half the answer to being healthy. I have people who think, oh, just be vegan, you'll be okay. No, I don't agree with that. In my opinion, it's kind of 50-50. You got to eat plant-based, whole foods, not processed food for the most part. You got to do daily exercise. Okay, Running Man, that's great. Okay, I've commended you. You run the half marathon. Seriously, good. No, I'm not being sarcastic. Good. Are you trying to make a point about me as a vegan being here protesting this ridiculous evil? It's gross. I can't even fucking breathe anymore. Fucking gross. We need meat. Hey, Running Man, how do we need meat? I'm asking you a question. Tell us, tell me, tell everyone, how do we need meat? What is it in meat? What is it in these cows' flesh that we need? Waiting for an answer from Running Man who says we need meat. Meanwhile, let's go check out these other cows fucking boiling in the sun. Fucking dumb. So stupid. We're gonna maybe interview here's Jenny McQueen. Awesome Jenny McQueen. Follow Jenny Vegan McQueen, please.
Yeah, we've got Len just dropping by.
Yeah.
Len, long-time animal activist, long-time vegan like myself, and is now part of Project Livestream with Mel and Steve. So thank you, Len.
Yeah, way to go, Jenny.
Doing good stuff.
Look at all the engagement you've got there. Way to go, creating new vegans here at the Death Factory. Way to go, Jenny. Jenny Vegan McQueen, what are you on YouTube, Jenny?
Yeah, Jenny McQueen. I just used my real name.
Jenny McQueen on YouTube. Jenny Vegan McQueen on Instagram.
Well, I changed that to AR because I didn't want. I did a really controversial video that got to 1 million. And
Oh, wow.
it's as an animal rights activist,
Wow.
you know, like I do anti-fur activism, and I'd say that, you know, veganism is all about not oppressing or using any animal products, but I didn't want people to be turned off from veganism when I was doing difficult videos about fur activism.
Wow.
So, yeah,
So 1 million views. What did you get 1 million views on,
1 million
Jenny?
views.
Wow. What
Yes.
video was that, Jenny?
You know, I archived it because while I can deal with trolls, it was just getting tiresome. So I've archived it. I might unarchive it. There's a video right now, but it's got to like almost 500,000 views.
Wow, 500,000. Way to go, Jenny, and all your viral videos. Jenny McQueen on YouTube. And again, tell us, what is your Instagram now?
It's jenny.ar.mcqueen.
Jenny.ar.mcqueen on Instagram. Viral, global activist, one of the top 5 or 10 activists for animals on the planet. Follow this hero
And
here.
right back at you, Lenny.
Thanks a lot.
Honestly,
Thanks a
Lenny
lot, Jenny.
Bruce on Instagram and Facebook.
Thanks,
So,
Jenny. I appreciate it.
absolutely.
Thanks for the support. Wow, there's some really powerful people here today. Still waiting to hear back. Okay, so Running Man says we need real proteins and vitamins. Oh, fuck. So this death truck is done. They've unloaded all the victims. They're victims, man. They're just victims. This is bullshit. You know why we do this? You know why humans have been doing this for 12,000 years? Because animals can't fight back. Because they're the easiest mark. They're an easy mark. Animals can't fight back. Human victims, to varying degrees, can fight back, sometimes not at all. But that's why we exploit animals. It's not because we need them, we need their flesh, and I'll address your comment, Running Man, in a second. So gross, so tragic to be beside this death truck. So they've just dumped dozens more victims in this death factory here. No, they've still got, no, he's just backing in now to dump them off. This is disgusting.